Hello, welcome to this tutorial for set up devices and operation of our artificial respirator Ventimotion 2. Remember, this device is not made to maintain the life of patients with respiratory failure. Its function is to assist breathing in patients with clinical pictures such as obstructive respiratory disorders such as COPD, restrictive respiratory disorders such as scoliosis, deformities of the thorax, neurological, muscular, and neuromuscular disorders such as diaphragm paralysis, for example, central respiratory regulation disorders, obstructive sleep apnea syndrome, and for ventilatory support to patients with respiratory failure due to COVID-19. The goal of non-invasive ventilation is to avoid intubation of patients, thus reducing some of the complications associated with conventional mechanical ventilation. Alright, time to start. First, talk about putting on the breathing mask. Our artificial respirator has 3 intended operating modes. 1. Nasal cannulas, 2. Oronasal cannulas, and 3. Full face masks. Put on the breathing mask as follows. Adjust the forehead support of the breathing mask, if there is one. Connect the head strap to the breathing mask. Put on the breathing mask. Adjust the head strap so that the mask cushion creates only a slight pressure, so as to avoid pressure points on the face. In second place, we have the accessories of the device. The separate exhalation system. It should be noted that exhalation systems allow air rich in carbon dioxide to be expelled from the mask and flexible tubes of the device, avoiding a critical increase in the values that make it difficult for the patient to breathe. In the case of separate exhalation systems, allows breathing through the nose or mouth in the event of device failure. If face masks are damaged, breathing occurs through a safety valve on the respirator. Another accessory is the VentiClick respiratory air humidifier. The VentiClick respiratory air humidifier is plugged between the device and the tube system. The input connector stub and the electric connection for the heating rod must be pointing towards the device. The introduction of oxygen should only be prescribed by the treating physician. So for safety reasons, as it is flammable, it is not allowed to introduce oxygen directly into the host system or the breathing mask without a special protection device. On this device, the supply of oxygen is permitted only using the VentiO2 WM24200 and VentiO2 Plus WM27200 oxygen supply valves. However, with VentiO2, possible to supply up to 4 liters per minute of oxygen using VentiO2. In the event of a fault, the VentiO2 gives the oxygen off into the atmosphere, thus preventing it from accumulating in the device. Now, in the case of the VentiO2 Plus, it is possible to supply up to 15 liters per minute of oxygen. In the event of a fault, the VentiO2 Plus switches off. The oxygen can be supplied via an oxygen concentrator, e.g. Oxymat 3, the central gas supply facility, liquid oxygen with a continuous flow, or an oxygen cylinder with a corresponding pressure reducer. The external oxygen source must have a flow adjustment device independent of the VentiO2. If the device is intended for use by several patients, for example in a hospital, your doctor must use bacteria filter WM24148 to prevent infection. It is plugged between the tube system and Ventimotion 2 VentiClick. The bacteria filter represents an additional resistance to airflow. This may affect a change in trigger response characteristics, so have the device parameters reset if a bacteria filter is fitted retrospectively. Now, to handle the respirator, you need to have the following information planned. Start up Ventimotion 2. If your breathing mask has no integrated exhalation system, plug the exhalation system onto the end of the tube system. Put on the breathing mask. Connect the tube system, including exhalation system, to the breathing mask, tapered push connector. Follow the instructions for use for the breathing mask and exhalation system in question. Press on/off key. If auto switch on is activated, You can also put on the breathing mask and switch on the device by taking a breath. Regarding the functions of the respirator, it has a standard indication functions to facilitate its use. Next, we will show you the following parameters. Set therapy mode, T, TA, ST, CPAP. Therapy pressures, IPAP and EPAP in HPA, only CPAP pressure in CPI mode. Current respiratory fluency in 1 per minute. Soft start display, if activated, with remaining soft start time maximum 30 minutes or the maximum soft start time specified by the doctor. Bar graph shows the pressure curve for inspiration and exhalation. Display for respiratory phase change indicates whether the current respiratory phase was triggered spontaneously by the patient or by the machine. The display also shows whether the inspiration trigger is plugged at the start of an exhalation. The soft start function makes it easier for you to fall asleep or to become accustomed to higher ventilation pressure. If soft start is activated, pressures gradually rise to your therapy level. If your doctor has enabled the soft start function, you can select soft start time in 5-minute increments up to a maximum time of 30 minutes. Your doctor may limit the maximum time to less than 30 minutes. Operate the device. Press the soft start key until the soft start window appears. Change the soft start time using the dial. Alternatively, press the soft start key several times in succession to increase soft start time in 5-minute increments. To save the soft start time, press the menu key or the dial. The soft start time displayed is saved and the soft start window closes automatically. If you press no key for 4 seconds, the soft start time displayed is likewise saved. The settings are retained after the device is switched off. The device automatically starts in soft start mode if this was activated for the previous use. Soft start can be switched off or on at any time by brief press of the soft start key. You can use respiratory air humidifier VentiClick to humidify and heat respiratory air provided by the device. Heating output can be selected in 6 stages, but follow the instructions for use for VentiClick. The steps are as follows. Operate the device. Press the humidifier key until the humidifier stage window appears. If you press the humidifier key without a respiratory air humidifier being attached, the device does not switch on this function. Set humidifier stage using the dial. Alternatively, press the humidifier key until the desired heating stage is reached. Confirm your entry by pressing the dial or the menu key. The window closes automatically. The setting is now active. Functions in the menu. Drying process. You need the drying process during the hygiene treatment to dry the tube system. Activate, deactivate auto switch on. Auto switch on switches on the device automatically as soon as you start breathing through the mask. You can still switch the device on using the on-off key. 1. Press the menu key to call up the patient menu. Under the menu item Auto switch on, you see the current setting, on-off. 2. To change the setting, use the dial to select the menu item Auto switch on and press the dial to confirm. The message Auto switch on off appears for approximately 2 seconds. The device then switches back to the patient menu. The current setting, on-off, is shown in the Auto switch on menu line. 3. To exit the menu, keep pressing the menu key back until the default display appears. You can also select back with the dial and then press the dial to confirm. If you do not press any key for 5 minutes, the display switches back to the default display. Filter change. You need the menu item filter change in the course of servicing. This is where you reset the symbol for the filter change indicator. Function check. You need the menu item function check in the course of the function check, so that you can check the function of the flow sensor and the pressure sensor. Alarm list. The alarm list menu item is required to display all the alarms which have occurred. 1. Press menu key to call up the patient menu. 2. Use the dial to select the alarm list menu item and press the dial to confirm. All alarm types listed in the physiological alarms and technical alarms tables are recorded in an alarm list with date, time, and duration when the alarm threshold is reached. The alarm list is retained even if the entire power supply fails. In this case, the data can be called up for up to 2 years. The alarm list is clear after 2 years or after following a service. A maximum of 100 alarms is stored and displayed, after which the oldest alarm in each case are overwritten. And so far, that's today's video. We hope it has been of great help to you. If you still have doubts about the operation of the Ventimotion 2, we invite you to review the handling instructions for our product or to contact us or the offices of Project Aid Gambia for more information. Until next time.